Shalom. All praises due to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Rakakadash. And honors to the apostles, elders, and written stones who teach His word in sincerity and truth, to the hopeful elect that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, that are prophesying the downfall of Babylon the Great. This is Brother Yawasuk from Toronto Camp. I'm just going to get into a lesson just regarding to this place is not a rest, not a safe place or somewhere to build because of the wickedness and the lewdness of Babylon the Great and how it was founded and how it's going to be taken down in the last days. So right now is not a time to be in a safe mode or safe mindset of putting all your chips, your physical hopes and all the aspirations into when this place is going to be corroded. This is a video of what I watched today. Basically, for the Canadian economy is on its way out. Not gonna play too much of it, but just a bit, so you can get the point on because of the situation between Venezuela and America, and America doing their old conquistador ways. Esau Edom doing his old conquistador ways in the Americas, and the Carib, how of him doing his conquering. It's not a good look. So
imagine you're standing on the frozen ground of Fort McMurray, Alberta. It's 40 degrees below zero. The air is so cold that it hurts to breathe. In front of you, a machine the size of a three-story building is digging into the earth, scooping up black.
Those that are invested in this Canadian economy, the Canadian economy is looking towards a doom. Now, when you go and research the gold, this. Let's look at the Canadian economy on how it's being shaped right now. So this is the U.S. Okay, that's Americans. Canadian. Canadians is, look at that, the gold is over 6,000 and the silver is at 111. So it's not having a good look and a good outcome. Right? Back to this video.
The sludge, bitumen, is the lifeblood.
Canadians, oil is not at its it's not in a good it's not having a good look right now, and for the future. So those that have invested in it is going to be or those in that business is going to have a great upset of calamity coming in the future. So get more here.
For the last 15 years, the barrel in the north was the king. It was the only game in town. The barrel in the south was locked away by sanctions, corruption, and collapse. Canada had a monopoly on supplying the most important refineries in the world. But today, in 2026, the locks have been broken. The United States is rebuilt.
Because the refineries are not really here in Canada. They're in Texas. They send their stuff down to Texas for Americans to deal with it. There's not enough refineries up here. There's less than a handful, or even less than that, because there's no investment, right? So Canada is not a lucrative economy. It is it's a bust and bankrupt and money laundering economy.
Facilitated the Venezuelan oil sector. The tankers are moving north again. barrel, expensive to produce, landlocked, and heavily regulated, is about to face a competitor it hasn't seen in a generation. We are watching the end of the Canadian energy dream. This isn't a political story. The market doesn't care about politics. It cares about price per barrel, transit costs, and crack spreads. Today, we are going to look at the brutal physics of the oil market. We are going to calculate the breakdown price that determines whether a nation gets rich or goes broke. We are going to look at the fiscal cliff facing Ottawa, and we are going to answer the question that nobody in power wants to ask. What happens to a resource superpower when the world
Kind of get the point now, but
this is the story of
grab into the scriptures. This is Habakkuk.
Mimico, is there an next station stop Mimico for those of you going to the parties? I just heard your exit and exhibition.
So this is Habakkuk 2.
Exhibition for the parties,
and
but the
1.
next one is Mimico.
I will climb up to my, this is NLT. I will climb up to my watchtower and stand at my guard post. There I will wait to see what the Lord says and how he will answer my complaint. Then the Lord said unto me, write my answers plainly on tablets, so that a runner can carry the correct message to others, which is mainly to the elect, and to the 2/3, that they may hear or forbear, right? So it says here, verse 3 says the vision is for a future. Vision is for a future time. It describes the end, and it will be fulfilled. If it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. We're in that time, so we can't say that it's not happening. It'll be another 10 years, which is blasphemy of the Holy Ghost, because it said it's in a short season that Esau will be ruling, and we're in a short season. That's why the days pass by fast. That's why things are drastically happening at a constant rate, with perplexities. Technology has increased, and this the evil jump shot is at the door about his technology, his technocracy being fulfilled. Revelation 13th chapter, right? Talking about being embedded with a technology, an incision of the flesh. It says vision is for a future. It describes the end, and it will be fulfilled. It seems slow in coming, but wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. Look at the proud. They trust in themselves, and their lives are crooked. But the righteous live by their faithfulness to Yahweh or Yahushai. Wealth is treacherous, that's right, and the arrogant are never at rest. That's right. So they're relentless in their pursuit of their wickedness, because there's no rest for the wicked. They open their mouths as wide as the grave, and like death, they are never satisfied. In their greed, they have gathered up many nations and swallowed many people, which would mean their resources and all of that stuff, right? And take it themselves as slaves, right? Your whole social, your sin, social service, all that area taxes, resources. 6, it says, but soon their captors will taunt them. They will mock them, saying, what sorrow awaits you thieves? Now you will get what you deserve. You've become rich by extortion. But how much longer can this go on? Suddenly your debtors will take action. They will turn on you and take all you have, while you stand trembling and helpless. because Babylon is the one that's in control of everything. Babylon the Great, Mr. Babylon, is in control of the financial aspect of the kingdoms, right? Verse 8, because you have plundered many nations, conquistadors, right? Which is Esau and on up, right? They've been ruling. Because you have plundered many nations, now all the survivors will plunder you. You committed murder throughout the countryside and filled the towns with violence. What sorrow awaits you, you who build big houses with money gained dishonestly, which by theft and fraud, right, you have done throughout the planet Earth. You believe your wealth will buy security, which are your bunkers and escaping the judgment as is waited for Babylon the Great, putting your family's nests beyond the reach of danger.
Monaco, the doors, please stay clear.
Right? But by the murders you committed, you have shamed your name and forfeited your lives. The very stones in the walls cry out against you, and the beams and the ceiling echo the complaint. What sorrow awaits you who build cities with money gained through murder and corruption. Right? So America was established on the blood of the so-called Negroes and the Native Americans here, and various tribesmen of the nation of Israel, right? It's all been off of that, with their fraud with the insurance, and there's a long list which is going to be played out in the kingdom, right? But I'm prophesying in part, and then prophesying in part and knowing part that these things have come to pass. But in the kingdom, everything is going to be tallied up. Right now it's being tallied up, but all in totality, it will be, functionality of it will be justice in the kingdom. Because right now we're on a trial. It's all a trial right now. Verse 13, it says, has not the Lord of heaven's armies promised that the wealth of nations will turn to ashes? They work so hard, but all in vain. For as the waters fill the sea, the earth will fill it. An awareness of the glory of the Lord. What sorrow awaits you who make your neighbors drunk? You force your cup on them so you can gloat over their shameful nakedness. So they corrupt our people with their philosophies and use that on our people to big up themselves and think that they're gonna mount to something and then put you in their crab-like bucket. So I'll read it again. Verse 15 says, what sorrow awaits you who make your neighbor drunk? To philosophies, right? You force your cup on them so that you can gloat. And this is physical, or it's physical and it is spiritual, because it's adultery, spiritual adultery with these doctrines, right? Or agreeing with this devil, and taking on his likeness, and making you put on a strange apparel, right? Which is being naked, spiritually. 16. But soon it will be your turn to be disgraced. Come, drink and be exposed. Drink from the cup of the Lord's judgment, and all your glory will be turned to shame. Which is this truth, which is that's doing that, because we can't do that physically. It would have to be something spiritual,
Just a reminder,
which
everyone,
is
make sure you
truth.
keep your tickets. Don't lose your tickets. It's gonna be a
Truth.
bad day. Make sure you got your tickets, your wallets, everything else, your children.
Truth, right, that exposes this, and all the glory will be turned to shame. You cut down the forest Lebanon, now you will be cut down. You destroyed the wild animals. You destroyed the wild animals. So now their terror will be yours. You committed murder throughout the countryside and filled the towns with violence. What good is an idol carved by man, or a cast image that deceives you? How foolish to trust in your own creation. A God that cannot even talk. A God that can't even talk. Which is a dumb idol. 19. What sorrows awaits you? Say to wooden idols, wake up and save us. To speechless stones, images, you say, rise up and teach us. Can an idol tell you what to do? They make me overlaid with gold and silver, but they are lifeless inside. But the Lord is in his holy temple. Let all the earth be silent before him. And that's what is going to be happening before these last couple of days. There's not going to be no more talking. It's going to be straight up judgment. Because right now is a trial. And when in a trial, you're not supposed to be talking. You're supposed to hear out the thing and defend yourself. But it is what it is. It's going to happen. With that, I'm going to say all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, double honors, apostle, elder, great Muslim, teaches word, sincerity, and truth. And shalom to the whole for our lives.